Now, one of the questions I get most frequently from folks is, how do I make it all work? Between running a farm, putting out a lot of content on social media, and having a day job, how do I find enough time to make it all work, and how do I balance my life? And the truth of the matter is, I'm not sure if I do any of those things all that well, but I figured in today's video what I would do is a day in the life and try to show you guys what my day-to-day looks like in just one 24-hour period. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. So my days usually start out pretty darn early, usually up by about 5:15 and getting going. In the summer months, I'm outside almost as soon as I get up. But as the winter months come and it's dark in the morning, I usually try to take that time for myself to tackle some things that are important. For example, first off, I usually start out by working out and doing some exercise. While the farm life is good for keeping you active, it's not as good as you need it to be for strength training or building cardiovascular capacity. And so I do find that working out is good for me physically as well as mentally. And then usually after my morning workout, what I'll do is tackle about 30 to 45 minutes of writing. Just focused time to finish working on the book I've been writing for the last almost 2 years. It's a children's novel about my livestock guardian dog, Toby. I want to make something super special, and so I've been obsessively working over it over the last couple of years, and right now I'm in the midst of another rewrite of it. My goal is to have it released by the fall of 2022. And then once the sun finally starts to peek out from beyond the horizon, I will use that as my opportunity to get dressed and head outside to start doing the animal chores. It's been rainy as all get out, which is so weird for December. This really should be snow.
Hey Molly girl, how's it going, sweetie?
Yeah, it has been an unseasonably warm December. And yeah, not quite sure what to make of that.
Hello, Ginny. How's my Jin? Huh? How's my girl?
Oh, listen to that motorboat. It's so good to see you, Ginny. I'm just glad it stopped raining before I had to come out here to do my chores. Hey, Ginny, can you say hi to all the people who are following our day in a life video? No, you just want to smash your face up against me? Oh, well, that's adorable, sweetie. Let's go see how all the other animals are doing. Good morning, Mr. Toby Dog. How's it going, buddy? Did you stay dry? Let's check on our cattle. Yeah, she really has become kind of my constant parrot cat. Hey, cows. How are you doing this morning? How's it going this morning, Annabelle? Oh boy, looks like you've pretty much eaten down your hay. I'm gonna give you some more hay later today, okay? Is that cool? Yeah? Good. The other big thing that's happening on the farm this morning is I'm gonna finally let the geese start free ranging again. Hopefully it won't be too hard to get them locked up at night, but at this point, they've been sort of in a penned off area and haven't had access to as much space, and I'm sure they'd appreciate getting out. So let's let them out.
Oh, how's my Mr. Toby dog? Huh? How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Morning, chickens.
How much rain we got?
Yeah, so I've been using this unelectrified electric poultry netting to house in the geese. We're gonna pull this up this morning. I'm gonna still keep some of this up so I can drive them in when I wanna get them in at night. We'll leave a nice big opening here for them. Ooh, look at all this water pooling in the swale. Morning, how are my toasty birds? Everybody doing good? Well, guess what, guys? You get to go out today. Come on. Let's go. Whoa, everybody's slipping. It's icy today. You gotta be careful. Ice, ice, baby. Whoa. That's kind of insane the way that just happened. Come on, out you guys go. Let's go. You guys could probably even munch on grass if you wanted to today. Such a weird day. Look, they're like so well trained to that being the border, they're not quite sure what to do with themselves. Come on. Enjoy the freedom. Just come back when it gets dark, okay? Wow, even the pond has started to really melt. Like, I thought they'd be done swimming for the year, but nope.
Release the Kraken! Even the ducks are slipping around today. You guys might be wondering why I don't slip. It's because I have these crampons on. They really help keep a grip on the ground. Good to see you, old gal. That right there is the oldest duck on our farm. Now that I got all the birds out, let me get everybody fresh water and food. I gotta do all this stuff pretty quick before I gotta go get ready for my first meeting of the day at work, before I get too far with all my other animal chores. In the name of time and efficiency, I better fill the water trough with the cattle right now. Sorry, Ariel, didn't mean to spook you there with the water. So the way my system works is I will fill their trough like every other day, basically. Based on the number of animals that I have, I don't have to do it like daily. I don't need to have a steady flow of water in there because I don't like having that steady flow of water in there because it creates a risk of freezing. You know, we've got an electric stock tank heater in the bottom of it. And then basically all I'm doing is running a hose that goes up there and runs to our hydrant, which is right here. This hydrant is ancient and has started leaking again. I've replaced the packing in here a couple of times and I'm thinking I probably need to just replace the whole hydrant at this point. I've replaced pretty much every single part as well. It's quite frustrating. Some of you might be wondering why I have it looping up through this rafter. And the reason for that is when everything's all done, all I have to do is disconnect the hydrant from the hose, and what'll happen is it'll drain the water out of both sides because it's like on that incline. That draining activity allows me to keep the hose outside without having to worry about it freezing up and getting solid. Pretty nifty, huh? It was actually my buddy Tom's idea. Oh, I can see all the dogs and chickens are hungry. Oh, I can tell you're excited for your breakfast this morning, huh? Come on, everybody, hang on. So you can see the ducks and geese are actually out in the pasture, but the chickens are definitely looking to me for their food. It's pretty funny how slippery it is today, I will admit. I mean, yeah, like I was saying before, look how happy the geese are that they're back on pasture. And everybody's very happy with the temporary rain pools that form when the water comes. Just when you think you have like the weather figured out and what the climate's like, it goes and does stuff that surprises you. Like right now. Oop. I think the cattle heard me. I think they think I'm gonna give them a bale right now. They still have a little bit of hay, you can see here. I'm actually gonna make them wait just a bit because I have a special other surprise that I think is coming later today. And a hint, it's got to do with these guys. Okay, I know it's time to feed the farm employees. You can see the cats patiently waiting here on the Toby fence. You got Molly and Ginny trying to be their cutest. I don't know where Pablo Barncat is. He might be still sleeping in. Wow, here's some more evidence with how much rain we got last night. Look at that. It's just all in Toby's bowl. So, I mean, I guess you could say this is what, about 3 inches deep? We got like 3 inches of rain last night, which looking at the rest of the farm makes perfect sense. I would assume that that probably amounts to being like more than a foot of snow. If this was like normal season conditions, but this is not normal.
That's suspicious.
By the way, I love this little fancy knife that somebody sent me from MTK Knives. It's like a neck knife. I don't wear it around my neck because I always like get it hooked on stuff, but it's a super handy blade. Definitely a fan. I usually just keep it in my jacket pocket. Ginny, get out of here. Some of you guys wonder why I don't feed the barn cats before I feed Toby. And the main reason is just my workflow, it's like less efficient. I feed the barn cats right as I'm heading into the house for the day. I guess I could feed them before I start doing my chores, but then I still think that they would try to eat Toby's food. And the reality is, I actually kind of like having them around while I'm doing chores. It gives me a chance to bond with them and spend some time. And so if the price is having to push them away from the dog food, I'll deal with that. I've actually noticed that none of the cats are really eating much of the dog food anymore since I've had a concerted effort to prevent that. But I do like having to scold them all the time because they are kind of adorable. All right, Mr. Toby Dog, here comes your reward.
It's like a reward.
Enjoy. And it's just starting to rain again. Yay. Now I'm definitely not gonna feed the cattle their bale of hay right now. 35 degrees and rainy is my least favorite farming condition. You know, I don't mind -20 or -40 even. I can bundle up and deal with it. I don't mind the snow. I think it's actually kind of beautiful and soothing. I'm not a huge fan of the heat because I just sweat like not a pig, because as people tell me, pigs don't sweat, but I sweat a ridiculous amount for a human. But my least favorite is 35 degrees and rainy, which is what we have exactly, I think, right now. Well, 36 degrees and rainy. The wetness just chills you to the bone. There's no escaping it. It makes it hard to do your chores and take care of things. And all in all, it just sucks. And yeah, as you can see here, right, it is raining cats and dogs. Looks like the water trough still has a little bit more time to fill up. We'll feed the cats first. There's Mr. Pablo. He's the smartest of all the cats. He's just hanging out inside the barn cat house. It's heated, so it's really toasty in there. Some for Jenny. Some for Molly. Some for Pop. All right, Molly, you choose that one, go for it. It's now time for me to make my regular trip to the post office. I usually go to the post office a couple of times a week, and a lot of times it might be the only time I leave the farm in a given week, which is kind of crazy. Like, you know, when you live out here in the middle of nowhere, I often find that my friends come to visit me more frequently than I go visit them. Sometimes I have to leave the farm to go work at my office that I work out of, which is like about an hour from the farm, which kind of sucks to have to make that commute because it just eats it so deeply into all of my time. And, you know, maybe once every 2 weeks or so, I'll go out and make like a supply run. But I will admit, because I'm so time constrained and I have so much to do around the farm as well as work, whether it's like, you know, video work or like my day job work, I find that going to the post office is pretty much my only regular time I'm leaving the farm. And so that amounts to being, what, a 15 to 20 minute trip. But I will admit, I like going on my bye-byes. Got a bunch of letters from you guys. I really always appreciate that. Including this one for Toby Dog, this one for Mr. and Mrs. Morgan Shaw. By the way, guys, my last name is Gold. I think sometimes people think because we're Gold Shaw Farm, my last name is Shaw. The Shaw family owned our farm for years before we got there. Gold, that's my last name, so that's how we ended up with that moniker. By the way, a lot of these folks who are actually writing to us are asking for free stickers. And in case you guys didn't know it, we are giving away some free stickers. All you have to do is send a self-addressed stamped envelope. So that's like an envelope with your address on it, plus like a postage stamp so that we can have the return postage to send it back to you. And we give you the free sticker. So if you guys want that, all you have to do is send it to Goldshaw Farm, P.O. Box 225, Peacham, Vermont 05862. And yeah, we'll hook you up with a free sticker. Usually the stickers kind of change from month to month. Right now, I think we're just about all out of these logo stickers. There's gonna be a new one coming very soon, so stay tuned. All right, and we are back at the homestead. Gotta remember to turn off the water before I go back inside to work for the day. Don't want to overflow the trough. I usually find it takes about, I don't know, half hour or so to fill up the whole trough. So yeah, all I have to do now is shut this off, disconnect. Now usually if it was really cold, I would wipe it down, but since it's not that cold, I won't bother. The hose just kind of drains itself. And now we'll turn off the light and go inside. Don't worry, little barn cat, I didn't forget about you. Come on, sweetie. Get you some food. There you go. Enjoy. Yeah, the little barn cat, the house cat, is our only indoor animal. I'm sure you'll see plenty more of her in this video today because while I work, she's like my constant companion. And now I'm freshly showered and shaved and ready to start another day of work. Usually get my work day going around like 8:15, 8:30. You know, for pretty much the next 9 hours or so, I'm gonna have to be working on non-farm related stuff. I'll bring you guys along and I might have to take a break here and there to deal with some farm things. But for the most part during the day, I'm doing work stuff that has nothing to do with the farm. I work in insurance and basically do white collar work. So that means lots of, you know, Zoom and Teams calls and, you know, doing a little bit of writing and reading and reviewing material and looking at data and analysis type stuff. And just lots and lots of meetings, really. And as much as it might sound like a drag, I actually like a lot of the work that I do with my day job. It's one of those things that, to me, I actually find rewarding, like having to do sort of business work. And so if I look at my life as an entire whole, I do think actually my day job, beyond just providing a paycheck and benefits and that sort of thing, also provides me with a certain measure of fulfillment, which I personally believe is one of the important things for having a happy life. But also, if you're gonna work as much as I work and work as hard as I think I work, you need to have passion and you need to care about all the things that you're doing, even if those things include doing Zoom calls. All right, after a morning of sitting and meetings, it's now time for me to make some lunch. Lately, doing this egg and cheese sandwich has become like my go-to. For some reason, when I combine the American cheese with the everything bagel seasoning, it reminds me of like the egg sandwiches I used to get when I lived in New York. Really good. Usually while I'm having lunch, I'm catching up on news of the world, or at least news of my local area. So no sooner did I finish scarfing my lunch than I just got a knock on the door. Apparently there's a delivery here on the farm.
You don't have a tractor, do you?
I do.
Oh, do you have one before?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Let me go get it.
Yeah, it'd probably be a lot easier.
I bet it would. Hang on, give me a couple minutes. I gotta go get the tractor because the tractor has pallet forks on the front of it, which are gonna come in handy for this delivery. Lately, I've been using the tractor so much, it makes me wonder what I ever did before this thing got here. If you guys have seen some of our previous videos, you'll know that we had some issues with our earlier hay bale feeder. And so I got a new bale feeder for my cattle. Unfortunately, as I'm checking the time right now, I don't have enough time to try to assemble it today, but I do have to feed the cattle more hay, so let's go do that. Building the hay bale feeder is gonna have to wait until the weekend. I wanna do it right, and I don't wanna try to rush it. That's sometimes the challenge of being a part-time farmer is you can't do all the things exactly when you wanna do them. You gotta create some hard boundaries in your day based on your schedule, and really just try to do the best you can, because that's pretty much all you can do. But I do have some hungry cows here, and so I am gonna make sure I can get them food right now. Yeah, they ate down the rest of that hay that was there this morning. Now I actually bought some fancy hay bale grabbers, but I still haven't been using them much because I've had so much work that I've needed the pallet forks for. Like for example, unloading that truck, these things were super handy. And if I'm willing to improvise, I can get the job done with the pallet forks. You want some? Yeah, the cattle definitely always seem pretty excited when they see the fresh bale of hay coming. Getting the twine off is probably the most tedious task about it all. Everything else is pretty easy. I will admit, I hate all the waste plastic for the bales. Like, I wish there was a better system. But that would require me to build a hay barn, which I'm not in a position to do just yet. And if I tried to store the hay in my big barn, there'd be no way I could get the big round bales in there because it's just not structurally sound enough. And if I was doing square bales, I think the labor would kill me. How am I doing on time? All right, I got 8 minutes before my next meeting, but I got one more step in the process here to contend with on the cattle. It's really a shame. This is one of those days I'd love to be outside all day. It's like 45 degrees and sunny. That's a rarity in Vermont in December. Much rather be out here working on projects or hanging out with Mr. Toby Dog. Like I could be building that bale grazer or petting Molly Barn Cat. But unfortunately, I gotta go back into the office as soon as I finish doing this. I will admit that that's one of the biggest struggles as a part-time farmer. I feel like I always have to be somewhere else and never doing the thing I wanna be doing. Which, I don't know, maybe that's just life in general, but I feel it acutely these days. Hey there, Mr. Pablo Barn Cat. How's it going? Patrolling the grounds? Both Pablo and Ginny like to hang out with the cattle, I've noticed. The cattle are starting to get used to them. Excuse me, guys. I know everybody's very interested in the food, but I need to get in here for a moment, please. Excuse me, girl. Excuse me. It's really important that I come in here and grab the remnants of the baling twine because I don't want the cattle eating it. Easy, girl. Not so close to me, huh? Okay, there we go. They got the last of it. Can I pet you? Oh, you're letting me pet you. Good job. They keep getting more and more used to me, which is such a good feeling. Hey, Annabelle. Still got a lot of burdock on you. Gotta figure out a way to deal with that. All right, now I only have 2 minutes to get back inside and on this call. Oh man, this is gonna be tight. And the worst thing would be if I slipped and fell in the mud and cow poop. That would be an awkward way to start a meeting. Hey, Lisa. All right. Sun is just about to go down. I'm just gonna do a quick check of the animals. I'm gonna herd the geese inside because I haven't had to do that yet with them. And yes, I should technically still be working, but I usually schedule like about 15 minutes right before sundown to deal with farm responsibilities. Ooh, let's check on the cattle first too. Oh, they're just there loafing. Very happy about that new bale that I gave them. How's it going, Mr. Toby Dog? He's such a good dog. I swear. How are you doing, ladies? Kurt, how's it going? You guys are starting to put a dent in that bale. Good work. Audrey, can I give you a pet? You let me boop you on the booper snoot? There we go. Yeah, good girl. I'll give you guys some biscuits tomorrow. But you got plenty of hay right now. Hey, Ginge. How's it going, sweetie? How's my little parrot cat? Oh, something got Toby's attention. What was that? What's the matter, bud? Something bothering you? You know those cattle aren't disturbing you. Oh, you're such a good cat. Oh, I love the animals on this farm. Hey, Mr. Toby dog. All right, let's round up these geese. Let's go, geese. Come on. Uh-oh, and the duck house door closed. The ducks are like, we're trying to get in. What's going on? Keep that propped open there for a minute. All right, now let's try to get the geese in. Come on, guys. The buff crew isn't following direction. Come on. Just gotta kind of get them in between the fence and the house. And they should go in pretty nicely. Uh-oh, we got the Parks and Recreation gang busting out. Come on, Ronnie. Come on, Untitled Goose Game Goose. Let's go. Good night, geese. Good job. Good night. You know, when I flash back to what things looked like 2 weeks ago when I first moved them out here, I was trying to train them. It's a big difference, right? If you guys have birds at home and you're struggling to get them to do what you want them to do, just remember, it takes a little time to train them and get them exactly the way you want them. You just gotta be patient and consistent. All right, and it looks all the ducks are in bed. Good night, everybody. They will just go in automatically as soon as the sun starts going down. Chickens will go in pretty soon too. I gotta actually just check inside to see if there's any eggs. I got 2 chicken eggs and 1 duck egg for the day. Yeah, this is the slowest time of the year for eggs. All right, I gotta get back in for another call at work when we get these guys in. Let's go, chickens. Come on, chickies. In you go. Come on, you two. Yeah, these are all some of the younger chickens. Cochin crosses, New Hampshire Reds crosses, and Barred Rock crosses. Come on, in you go. Come on, guys. I gotta get inside. I ain't got time for this foolishness. Looks like we got 1 more egg. Oh, I almost cracked it. It's still good. We'll flip these waterers over, because we should get down into the 20s tonight. So yeah, you don't want the water to build up and freeze and turn rock solid. All right, good night, weird chickens. Did you guys see that fog roll in? That was kind of crazy. This weird weather that we got definitely makes it foggy. Hot and cold, cold and hot, wet and dry. Sure looks beautiful though. I hope I don't sound like I'm too stressed out today, because there's just moments like this one right now where just past sunset, watching the fog roll in, got the animals to bed. I actually think if I don't take a moment, like every so often, just like I am right now, and savor this, then what the hell am I doing it for, right? So yeah, I will take this and enjoy it. It's just dang beautiful today, even though it's unnaturally and unseasonably warm for December. Notice lately I've had chickens laying eggs in there, but it doesn't look like it today. Here, Ginny. I'll let you have a little squirt of broth. The broth is okay for cats, just in case anybody's wondering. Here, wanna try some? Oh, you like that, huh? Pablo, I'll give you a taste too. Come on. And Toby, don't get jelly. You're such a good dog. He just kind of sits back and says, oh, well, yes, I'll just wait my turn. Hey. You get out of that food. Here you go, buddy. This is well deserved. Enjoy. So look at that. Quite a nice moonrise we got going on tonight. I'm gonna have to try to tackle this on the weekend. Looks like it's got instructions. I was like trying to scan it like I thought it was a QR code for instructions for assembling it, but I think that's actually a shipping thing. I'll probably have to blur it out in the video so you guys don't get all my secret shipping information. This bale feeder should go together pretty easily. It's kind of like a cradle style almost. Like the way it works is like it'll sit kind of like this, and then I just drop the hay bale in like this, and then they just eat out of it. See, like the problem with the original bale feeder that I got them, because it had like these like loops to it, the cattle could get their horn stuck in it and they could potentially flip it over and toss it over, and so I didn't want to have to deal with that. Let's go, Molly. Come on, Pablo. Come on, Jenny. Let's go. All barn cats, come with me. I have 2 minutes till my next meeting, but it's okay if I'm a minute late, I think. I hope. I feel like I'm always late. And I'm usually such a punctual person. You're just taking your sweet time there, huh, Pablo? Fair enough. I just realized I forgot the eggs that I just picked up. I'll have to go back outside later and get them before it gets to be freezing temps. It's still in the 40s right now, so we should be okay. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. So for tonight's dinner, I'm gonna be doing a little mix and match here. I'm taking some onion and cabbage from our garden that still stores and preserves even though we're now in the dead of December. And I'm gonna saute it up with a little bit of hot pepper. And then I'm gonna take some pork butt that I actually cooked 2 days ago, and I'm gonna chop it up and cook up that a little bit. And that pork butt's gonna accompany some spätzle I got from my friends over at the Vermont Spätzle Company. It's actually a local company here, and they make really good spätzle. It's actually gluten-free, so Allison can eat it. Even though it's a super low effort meal, I think it's gonna be a good one. I find a couple times a week I will cook a large piece of meat very slowly in the crock pot, and then I can use it for a number of dishes. So for example, I got this pork butt from my buddy Zach down the road, and I cooked it a couple of days ago. It's been in the fridge, we've used it for sandwiches, we've used it for other things, and now I'm gonna take a chunk of it and use it for mixing with the spätzle. So the way we divide up the household chores here on the farm is I do most of the cooking and Allison probably does most of the cleaning. What we're really doing there is playing to our respective strengths. I'm also adding an apple from the farm that I'm gonna saute in a little bit of butter and then mix that in with the pork. There's something just about pork and apples and cabbage and onion. It's like, I don't know, that whole combination seems good, and spätzle, you can't go wrong. Okay, Allison apparently just told me that Ginny's outside murdering something. Let's go check it out and see what she's up to.
It's a mouse.
Are you sure it's a mouse? Let's go witness.
She came over to get petted and I saw her rolling around on the ground.
What are you doing there, Jen?
Hey, baby Jins. Where's the object of murder?
Oh, there it is.
Oh God, this is so awful.
We'll leave her to her thing. Wait, so you just pulled up and she was doing that?
Hi, Bubbles. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Oh.
So how was your day? Yeah? Did you get all the Christmas shopping done that you need to get done? Oh boy. I still have to do all my shopping, so.
Apples and cabbage. Oh my gosh, this is the best.
Yeah.
Is there enough leftovers?
Oh yeah, that'll be fine. At least a couple more. I usually make extra meals for Allison, so when she has to work at the hospital, she's got food that she can just go to. I gotta clean out the flue. Or not the flue, the catalytic thing.
Yeah.
So we gotta let it cool for the day. So unfortunately we have no fire today. Whatever that converts the smoke got clogged up, and so that's why it got a little smoky the last couple days.
This is a good way to use pulled pork.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was a lovely supper, but now unfortunately I've got a business meeting related to the farm that I've got to call into. Occasionally in the evenings, I like to go for a little stroll before I get ready to close up shop for the night and just check on the animals and see how everybody's doing. How you doing there, baby Jin Jin? I'm very proud of you tonight. You did a good job. You did a really good job, you know that? Yeah, she's really starting to come in on her own as a mouser around the farm. Hey, Mr. Toby Dog. How's it going, bud? Got a treat for you. Here you go. Enjoy. Well, everybody seems like they're doing well. All's quiet on the farm front. Geese are in their geese house. Ducks are in their duck house. Of course, the ducks always get stirred up when they hear me walking around. It's been another good day here on the farm. You want another treat? Here. What are you doing with your treat? Did you just drop it on the ground? You did. Just drop your treat on the ground. Toby's always so funny with treats. He likes to like have his cake versus eat his cake kind of thing. But I guess he just ate that one. All right, Toby, I got one last treat for you, buddy. All right, pal, you have a good night. You be safe, take care of the farm. Oh, you got Mr. Pablo Barncat there. Toby's in kind of a playful mood this evening. All right, let's get these eggs that I forgot to grab earlier. How's it going, Molly Murder Mittens? You have a good night, okay? You too, baby Ginny. Stay close to Mr. Toby Dog. He'll keep you safe. Let's see if we can find the cows. You guys can see them up there. A couple more over there. Just hanging out, chewing their cud. Good to see. Definitely been another nice day on the farm. Busy. And I didn't get like farm stuff done, but you know, some days you just gotta have days where you keep the railroad running. And today definitely felt like one of those days. I gotta finalize this edit of this video, which will probably be the video you see right before this video, if that makes any sense. It's always weird to me to like step out of my day-to-day life and like go flash back to a couple days before this day, and like rewatch myself. I hate listening to myself talk, especially in this kind of format. And what's even funny is you can hear me like repeat myself as I do stuff with the frost-free hydrant that I was telling you guys about this morning. And you know, I almost forget what I tell you guys from day to day sometimes. It's so funny to me, but yeah, that's the editing process for you. I hope you guys have enjoyed this glimpse into the day in the life of a part-time farmer. If you're curious to see how my life right now has changed from my life, say a couple of years ago here on the farm, I will leave a link to this video over here, which I think was like a day in the life from back in the summer of 2018. And things were very, very different. I really appreciate you guys spending the day with me, and I will see you over there in that next video.